Hi guys, Aka here. Since the last video I did, I've gotten quite a few requests to do more general comparison videos. So here's another video comparing Roland and Hannibal. Arguably two very good mounted generals. And in all honesty, it's quite difficult to pick a favorite out of the two. But for now, let's go and have a look at their stats so that we can get a better picture of what's going on. So we have them side by side and we'll take a quick look at their base stats. From what we can see, we can tell that from the base stats alone, Roland will end up with a better attack and defense, while Hannibal will end up with a better HP. Now, how these will translate into percentages is something that we'll keep for another time, but for now, just keep that in mind. Let's look at their main skills. For Roland, we have 30% attack, 15% defense, and 15% HP. For Hannibal, we have 35% attack. That's it. No HP, no defense. So, from that, Roland is looking slightly better. Let's carry on. We'll move to their specialties. For the first specialty we have on Roland, he has mounted troop attack and defense 10% each, while Hannibal has mounted troop attack and HP 10% each. For the second specialty, Roland has mounted troop attack 10% plus march size capacity 6%. For Hannibal, we have mounted troop attack 10%. For the third specialty, Roland has attack, HP, defense 10% each. Hannibal has exactly the same thing. For the fourth and final specialty, Roland has mounted troop attack 25%, enemy range troop attack minus 20%. For this comparison, we're going to ignore the range troop attack debuff, and that's simply because if you are sending your mounted march into a ton of archers, you have bigger things to worry about. So we'll put that one aside. For the fourth specialty on Hannibal, he has mounted troop attack 36%, mounted troop HP 36%. So putting everything for the specialties together, Roland comes out with 55% attack, 20% defense, and 10% HP, while Hannibal comes out with 66% attack, 10% defense, and 56% HP. And as you probably know, for mounted troops, the two important stats are attack and HP. Defense, though helpful, is not as important as the other two. So we can see from the specialties alone, Hannibal has the edge as he leads Roland with attack and HP. Roland has the better side of the defense. Next, we'll take a look at their ascensions. For the first ascension, Roland has marching mounted troop attack 15%, while Hannibal has mounted troop attack and defense 10% each. For the second ascension, Roland has troop to death wounded rate 8%. Hannibal has troop death to wounded rate 10%. So Hannibal is slightly better on that. But death to wounded rate is not something that you will be paying too much attention to. For the third ascension, Roland gets march size capacity plus 10%, while Hannibal gets rally capacity plus 8%. Okay? Keep those in mind. We'll touch on them a bit later. For the fourth ascension, Roland has mounted troop HP and defense 25% each, while Hannibal has mounted troop attack 10% and HP 10%. For the final ascension, Roland has mounted troop attack, HP and defense 15% each, while Hannibal has mounted troop attack 15%, defense and HP 20% each. So, if we put everything together, from the ascension alone, Roland comes out with 30% attack, 40% defense, and 40% HP, while Hannibal comes out with 35% attack, 30% defense, and 30% HP. So, if we put everything together from their main skill, from the specialties, and from the ascension, this is what their total stats will look like. And if we break this down just a little bit further, we can see that Hannibal comes out with a better attack and HP of 21% each, while Roland comes out with a better defense of 35%. So, putting everything together, from the numbers we've seen so far, we can say that at the early stages of the game, where you are just picking the general and you haven't done any specialties or anything like that, Roland would probably be a better choice than Hannibal. You will get a bit more stats that are slightly more balanced than Hannibal does, which will be a bit more useful. Once we start getting into the later parts and you're doing specialties and you're doing ascension, Hannibal edges out Roland and comes out with the better stats. However, and this is a big one, Roland comes out with 16% march capacity increase. That's significant. That's nothing to sneeze at. While you're also looking at that, Hannibal does have an increased rally capacity. So when you're choosing between the two, it will come down to a few things. One is your preference and your situation that you're in. For example, if you are someone in an alliance that sets the rallies, maybe you might be a bit more in favor of Hannibal because of the added rally capacity. But if you're a regular player and just doing your own thing in your alliance, you would have to choose between having the better buffs with Hannibal or having the march capacity increase with Roland. So, again, not a clear-cut situation, and you would basically have to decide which one you think is better depending on your preference. Now, as a little bit of a bonus, we have another challenger. Enter Martinus. Why? Because Martinus, Roland, and Hannibal are three of the main generals that people starting out the game or even at any stage, whether you're free to play or you're a low coiner, you'll take a serious look at these three generals. So, for Martinus, his main skill, you get 40% attack, and that's it. No HP, no defense. For his specialties, he goes really crazy on the specialties. He comes out with 86% attack, 10% defense, and 20% HP. For his ascension, he comes out with 35% attack and 35% HP. So, putting everything together, this is what his total stats will look like. And if we compare them with the other two, at an initial glance, you can see that Martinus is significantly edging them out when it comes to attack. However, one important thing to note is that Martinus cannot take the mounted attack book. So, if we're being technical about it, we need to add an additional 25% to the other two generals because both of them can take that book. Once we do that adjustment, here are what the numbers look like. At an initial glance, you can see that Hannibal and Martinus are pretty much equal on attack, while Hannibal edges him out on the other stats. Roland makes his way on the other stats, but is still a bit behind on attack. However, remember that Roland still has that 16% march size capacity. An addition to add there is that Martinus also comes out with 6% rally capacity, so giving him a bit more utility as a rally setting general. In addition, Martinus has better base stats than the other two generals, so at the end of the day, when everything is said and done, Martinus will still have a higher attack than the other two generals. However, he will lag a bit behind in the other two stats. So, as you can see, these are three generals that are very much comparable with each other. And in all honesty, if you pick any of them, you will not go wrong. One additional point to add though, is that Hannibal is a very picky general to find an assistant for. I use Hannibal for mounted PvP, and I have struggled to find a very good assistant for Hannibal. You will not have that problem with Roland, and to a lesser extent, Martinus as well. So that is something that you can keep in mind when you're making your selections. I hope you enjoyed this comparison. If you would like to see more of this, leave a comment down below. Thank you very much. Aka signing out.